since Amber went completely AWOL after the verdict on the case between her and Johnny Depp was given. Everyone assumed she had been reflecting on how things turned out the way they did. But that wasn't the case, and her recent appearance on TV has proven that beyond every measure of doubt. In fact, things look so bad for her right now that professionals are even starting to give their views. So, exactly how bad is the hole Amber has dug herself into, and what do professionals think? While Amber's on-the-spot reaction to the verdict being announced was pretty hostile, and several people even condemned her for equaling her problems to what other people face, no one expected that the actress would go completely off the grid. This was shocking to many people because we just simply assumed that the actress had seen how the outcome of the case was her fault, and that she was in the wrong for that one, but the actress just proved all of our assumptions wrong in a recent interview. After going AWOL for almost 2 weeks, Amber Heard has finally resurfaced in an interview on the Today Show where she said a lot about what went on during the trial and how it ended in this point, and I must say, we weren't exactly expecting things the actress had to say. Speaking on the show, Amber basically confirmed all of the same false claims that her lawyer has been making since she started taking interviews hours after the verdict. According to them, the whole thing was rigged, and the only reason Johnny Depp was able to emerge as the winner is because of his influence on social media.
Thinks about me, or what judgments you want to make about what happened in the privacy of my own home and my marriage behind closed doors. I don't presume the average person should know those things, and I don't care what one thinks about me, or what judgments you want to make about what happened in the privacy of my own home and my marriage behind closed doors. I don't presume the average person should know those things, and so I don't take it personally. But even somebody who is sure I'm deserving of all this hate and vitriol, even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation. You cannot tell me that you think that this has been fair.
Now, the reason this is such a terrible standpoint for her case is that not only were the jurors ordered to stay off social media for the duration of the trial, but Amber's people are the ones that actually brought up the support social media was giving Johnny to the jury's attention, implying she and her people are the ones that basically brought forward the one thing that she claims was the main reason they lost the case. And this is also exactly why one of the many professionals that witnessed the whole trial believes that Amber might be committing professional suicide by saying all of these things on national TV. The professional, James, who has become a major sensation on social media from reporting the entire case throughout the trial, revealed in a tweet that Amber might have just put herself in the worst possible position. The tweet read, "This interview is terrible for Amber Heard's reputation. But not gonna lie, this is a cherry on top for law nerds and LawTube. Someone tell Eve Barlow to get her girl a new publicist or not, and let Amber Heard dig the biggest professional hole she possibly can." And while you might not think Amber blaming social media for the outcome of a legal proceeding that was publicly televised since the beginning, you can't argue that her claiming that Depp's people demonizing her is the reason she lost wasn't the worst move she could have made. Well, that's pretty much exactly what she did later in the interview after she was asked by the reporter if any of it was her fault.
Your testimony or your evidence.
Again, how could they, after listening to 3.5 weeks of testimony about how I was an uncredible person, not to believe a word that came out of my mouth?
Of course, her words have expectedly drawn reactions from several fans all over the world, and a lot of them have been airing these opinions on social media. One user wrote, "She used a lot of words to say, and I quote, 'I basically think the jury are easily manipulated and too stupid to comprehend important details in the courtroom.' Another user wrote, 'What does social media have to do with the fact that she lost in court? People listened, looked at evidence, and came to a unanimous decision she was guilty. If social media was judged okay, fair point, but that's not the case. Why continue to blame everyone but yourself? Accountability. Besides the professionals with experience in this line, if the fans can also see that she's just digging her hole deeper at this point, then she may need to change her approach to these things. How about you? Do you also think she should be more accountable, or do you side with her?"